everyone. Welcome to our special select board meeting. It's Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, and it is 5 o'clock. This meeting has been warned and posted in 3 different places. It has been placed on our website, and it has been emailed to all interested parties, as many as there are.
And published in the Herald.
And published in the Herald. Today's order of business is to have some public discussion for VCDP grant, Vermont Community Development Program, for towns considering for applying for $750,000 grant. I am going to be reading a document that has to be read publicly. It is a resolution for VCDP Grant Application Authority. So this is a formality so that we can apply for the grant. Whereas the town of Rochester, herein called the applicant, is applying for a grant under the Vermont Community Development Program Implementation Grant. And whereas it is necessary that an application be made and agreements be entered into with the state of Vermont, now, therefore, be it resolved as follows. 1, that applicant possesses the legal authority as defined in State Act 10 Vermont State VSA Section 6838 to apply for the grant and to administer the program, and 2, that applicant apply for a grant under terms and conditions of said program and agree hereby to enter into certifications and assurances thereof, and 3, the applicant has a duly adopted and current municipal plan which was adopted on April 27th, 2020, and that the project is consistent with said plan. And number 4, the applicant has received documentation from the Regional Planning Commission that the project is consistent with the regional plan. And number 5, that Kristen Lapel is hereby authorized to be the contact person and as such to provide on behalf of applicant all documents and information necessary for the completion of said application and to provide such coordination as may be necessary for said application. And 6, that Pat Harvey, Select Board Chair, who is either CEO as defined by 10 VSA 6838 or is the town manager, city manager, or town administrator, is hereby designated to serve as municipal authorizing official, MAO, for the grants management online system IntelliGrants. And number 7, that it is understood that if the application is funded, the receipt of CDBG funds, Community Development Block Grants, as federal funds pass through the state of Vermont, may require that an audit of the applicant be conducted under the provisions of the Single Audit Act as amended, and that CDBG funds may be used to fund only a limited portion of that audit cost. We are passing this resolution on the 3rd day of April in 2025. The legislative body is noted as Pat Harvey, Chad Richardson, Michael Tietze. And the above resolution is a true and correct copy of the resolution as adopted at a meeting of this legislative body held on the 3rd day of April 2025 and duly filed in my office. And then we go on with a witness certification. I move that we accept this resolution as stated, and we can proceed with applying for the grants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Peter, I see that you've made it online. Do you have anything that you need to add here for discussion or anything?
thank you very much to the select board for doing this. I know this is your first time meeting me, but I've been helping the town and VHI with this application, and I appreciate you taking this action today.
Get your checkbook out.
Thanks for all your help with this, Peter, you've been great.
Well, we certainly can't do it without you, Kristen, so I appreciate your time. And
We can't either. Okay, so, being all that was on the agenda for this special select board meeting, no further discussion, resolution is passed. I move that we, close this meeting.
Oh, no,
No?
nope, we have to, there's
Oh,
one more.
approve May 7th, 2025 special town meeting warning. Oh, my. This one. Mm-hmm. It's all part of the special meeting. I thought it was a separate meeting. The Town of Rochester Special Town Meeting, May 7th, 2025. The legal voters of Town of Rochester are hereby warned and notified to meet in the Rochester Town Office in said town on May 7th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. to transact the following business by Australian ballot. It should be noted that this is also the same time that the school systems will be voting on the school budgets.
School board, the
RSUD
the s-
budget.
The school budget will be voted from the floor the night before. So that'll be on May 6th, Tuesday night at the high school in Rochester.
Okay,
But the, school Australian ballot will be held the same time as this
for officers?
for their yep, for Rochester board, yep.
So you're coming here anyway. Article 1, shall the voters approve to transfer $2,865 even, plus any accrued interest from the cemetery reserve account to the general account to offset cemetery budgeted expenses to close out the account? Any discussion? I move that we do allow the transfer of $2,865 to be moved from the cemetery reserve account to the general fund to offset cemetery budget expenses.
I guess I'm confused.
The cemetery reserve
Yeah,
account
no,
is,
I get what it is, but, I mean, isn't the town voting on this? I mean, we have to vote on it here too?
So the board has to, approve the warning.
Okay, each item of warning. Okay, I get it.
we're just forming the ballot.
I got it, all right.
It's a good
I'm new at
No,
this.
no, it's good.
It's all good.
And
It's a great question.
Are on our, town meeting, like in the town report as articles in the town meeting. And these handful of them got missed this year, unfortunately. It
With
was-
budget
Yeah,
and finance, it's
I
just
know the
got-
backstory, I
Yep,
guess I'm
okay,
just
so that's why we're doing this.
trying to figure out the process here.
Yeah, good. Not, you're good.
So I can move all 5 articles together at the end, that we do it. Article 2, shall the voters appropriate $1,000 to fund the tennis reserve account? Article 3, shall the voters approve to transfer $362 and any accrued interest from the revolving loan reserve to the general fund to offset budget expenses to close out the account? Article 4, shall the voters approve to transfer $2,999 and any accrued interest from rapid response reserve account to the general fund to offset budget expenses to close out the account? And Article 5, shall the town of Rochester vote to exempt Pierce Hall Community Center, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, from property taxes for a 5-year period starting 2026 through 2030, fiscal year 26 through fiscal year 2030. I move that these articles be placed on ballot for Australian vote on May 7th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
May I also say that all of these articles are already included in the voted budget that was voted on at town meeting. So it's not going to increase or change It was already
Bringing
included
stuff around.
in that, yeah.
So I do have one question. You said that the school vote is on the 6th?
For the budget.
The budget.
They have a floor,
They do it from the floor, and
Oh, yeah.
all the
it's over
floor,
here this year.
Yes.
it is in Rochester.
So why are we doing this?
The
on
officers
7th?
are voted by Australian ballot
So
the
they
next
did a
day.
two-part, the school
Okay.
did, the school decided to do, because of the vote being if we did all of it in one day, our polls would close at 7, and the meeting would start at 7:30, which did not give us enough time to move everybody and count the ballots in time for the floor meeting to begin. So they were able to do a two-part, which allowed us to do the floor vote on one night and then do the next day, the Australian ballot for the board seat.
Okay.
Julie? Julie?
Yes?
Sorry, it's Martha. Quick question. Everybody was talking so fast, I couldn't get it all written down quickly, and I'm wondering if you guys are going to be in the office tomorrow, would you be able to email me a copy of the warning, or is that a problem?
Nope.
Or I could just call and ask you to get the information, either
Yep.
way.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry to bother you.
Okay, I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to sign it and pass this along to the other two. And I suggest using a better pen than the one I just used. These are usually great pens, too, the old Nimerick pens.
I'm gonna get myself a really big quill pen. Hands are like-
With the ink.
I don't think I'm not going to.
And with that, I think we are now ready to call for adjournment.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.